Hello, nice here. Can of wormholes. I think we got 5% last time. I guess I did record extra because there was just a big cut in the middle because I couldn't figure out how to not get cut. Um, huh. No cutting surfaces in this level. So I'm guessing we need to flip one of these into position, because that's going to be the only way to cross more than just a few tiles worth of space in the red. Like, we can get this far. We can get ourselves there. Let's see. All right. Managed to get turnaround. Managed to get this stuff in here. Because I'm guessing we use one of these just to help grab onto stuff. Maybe it even is okay to stick it in the corner. Oh, right. Wait. If I want to flip something left, I need to be flipping leftward. There are a lot of archers in the archer class. Maybe the first move's more like that. Although I'm very primed to drop this in the abyss now. Oops. Huh. Maybe I should have arranged things before grabbing on. Because, yeah, without pushing this first one to the right, we, have created a scenario where it's not flipping all the way off when we flip it. However, it seems like in order to flip all the way onto the block, maybe we wanted this left as well. Okay, that got where I wanted it to get. And then in order to flip up from this position, that didn't go far enough. How would we get it to go farther? Well, if this was up more, it would flip farther. Got him. Just a matter of moving things farther away from the destination so that they end up closer after the flip. Alright, what do we got? No cutting surfaces once again. Once again, we have been given exactly the things we need, but not in the right orientation. So this is going to be another flipping-based puzzle. Although we need to get them both up there, so it's not just using one of them to flip the other. Okay, we can't immediately grab on because our tail isn't quite long enough. Where do we want to grab on? Wait a minute. Oh, right. I need to be going around the other way because of where the points are. grabbed a thing. I don't think I grabbed it in at all the correct orientation, just playing around with the puzzle at first. Let's see. This one eventually will be in its original orientation. This one will eventually be upside down. Yeah, it seems like the easiest way if I want my first flip to be upwards is to use the U-shaped one. But at the same time, if I grab the U-shaped one, my head exits on the left. There's like no way to get around to the L-shaped one. So maybe I need to swap their positions before I grab anything. And then we'll like eventually get them back to a more favorable order. Alright, let's just go up here and then we can easily push this over. Can't make it all the way around. Maybe push it one less. Alright. This lets me grab both of them. But I can't flip upwards because the L is upside down. Or rather, its tip is above the rotation point. But even if I just move it, oops, down here and line this up, even if I could get around and brace the left end of the L against something, I don't think that would let me flip either. Well, I guess because I'm starting from grabbing the top in that case. So it seems like I needed to initially flip the L downward before making other moves. Which I guess it's actually not too late to do, is it? Oh. Right, it kind of is, actually. Right, and then I need to come up here so that my tail will not be blocking the... Why can't I roll here? I'm pressing down. Can you not start the roll while you're not above a platform? Huh. I guess you need something to kick off of. Alright, now that we've accomplished that, does it help? Well, now that the L is flipped over, it's not actually pushing against the left wall, so I'm just gonna have trouble grabbing it. And the U thing fell in. Huh. Feels notably harder than the previous puzzle. I bet if I check the insight, it'll show me exactly what orientation they initially get grabbed in. Kinda wanna push this back down. This is never gonna help. I'm just gonna be too wide to roll through the middle. I mean, I've been imagining since I need to get both of them, I need some shape that can just keep rolling. I don't know if there is a way to just keep rolling. I think the L will always mess you up, even if the U doesn't. I think the U will too. So it's gotta be some shape that can rest and then re-grab. So maybe the initial goal is actually just get the U to the second platform. Which I probably did need the L flipped over for. So that it can flip upwards. Right, the thing you're moving needs to not only be farther from what you're trying to move. Or no, the lever needs to be farther than the thing you're grabbing. But also it needs to be what you grab second. I don't really have a way to grab the L second, though. Not while they're both inside this inner column. Oh, it just grabbed because the tail was in the way. Maybe I wanted that. Does this do anything for me? Not really. I can't keep rolling. Oh, I can't even roll back. Alright. I think I need the insight. Okay, so you can make a shape that can keep rolling. I wasn't sure that was possible. And what was the shape? Okay. So I do just need to swap these from the start without flipping either of them over. Wait. L needed to go left. I may have pushed the U out too far. At least to get it while going around the outside. Okay, so now I need to brace against my tail so that I can grab the L. And there we have it. Was worried for a moment when the L arrived in the wrong orientation, but then I was like, oh wait, we can just drop the other one and then we're still holding the L and we can do stuff. Yeah, we didn't even have to re-grab, we just needed to adjust our grip. That was one of the worms that becomes our legs that was just... It went in there and solidified in a cutscene. Huh. Okay, we're barely not long enough to cross there. We are the right length for the goal. What do I think needs to happen? I mean, it feels like maybe one of these needs to somehow get past this wall and then get pushed right and fall in. Maybe some sort of flip could accomplish that, and maybe we... Well, no, we can't have the other one in a position where it would block us from taking damage, because we need it as the pivot point. We aren't long enough to do a maneuver where we grab without bracing against the wall. So I don't think we can grab both of these, because in order to get grabbed, they're necessarily against the wall. It's not going to be a move where we grab both and flip one upwards past this wall. Can we accomplish any cuts at all? I'm not sure we can. What if it's some simple, like... No, no way, okay. Would've been funny if they had all this in the middle and then you just go around the outside. I guess actually if I could make it here but turned around, we'd have it solved. Or if we had something out here, of course. Let's see. Last puzzle, it was all about finding the orientation you grab both things in, and then making that happen. This puzzle, I got no clue. Multi-push. I guess one way I actually could grab both of them is if I lined them up like this. I don't see how this is helpful, but it is a way I could grab both of them. And get stuck forever? Neat. What do we got? We got two 1x2s that are rotated the wrong way. I don't know of a way to twist an object. At least not without being able to, like, rotate it and then go around a bend and then rotate it again. Which uses a double flip to accomplish a rotation. But you obviously can't do that here because the pieces are straight. Any part of myself I cut off needs to be recovered later. And also, if I cut something off, it would almost certainly be falling in the abyss. Then I'd need to be able to cut one of these into worm food. I don't see a way to accomplish that, though. If I could cut one in half on this wall, or the right wall, then sure, but I don't see a way to flip anything left or right. Because the twist always happens perpendicular to the grab direction. See, I don't think I can cut the 1x2s at all. I'm fairly certain that's impossible. I don't like taking insights multiple puzzles in a row, but I think I just gotta. Alright, what are you demonstrating here? Right, so if I had left it in the original orientation, then approached it. That's why they had my head on the bottom. No. So the goal is actually to use that empty space on the left, and we need to flip our tail into it so we can back up. So it was like, no, we needed this shape. Yeah. The inside there was very similar to the full puzzle. Just a little more setup and a little less distractions. Oh, this one just goes with this puzzle. Okay. I was wondering briefly why there were two entrances to this puzzle. They're not. Oh, we're tiny. And we need to get this turned over. That didn't help. If I could just move this down, we'd be able to grab the target object. Just getting this out of the way. Oh wait, I can't do maneuvers off to the left. But maybe I can use this thing to hook it back in? Because I think that was the only way for me to push down. Well, now I've got them both stuck. There must have been another way to push down. Oh, like by using the thing. Okay, so push this no farther than this to the left. Because that's about the last place I can get it back. Line this up with the bend so that if I push this back down... we've accomplished that. Now I need a way to get around, so actually make a little more space. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. This doesn't actually work, does it? Can't get around this, even with it up one space. Well, maybe it wasn't a problem before. When I, had the puzzle, oops, in this orientation. On account of, I simply forgot I could grab this and roll it back over. Oh, wait, if I do this, I can't get off of it. And this has me stuck too. So that's not actually a solution. What about pushing this up more instead of pushing it down? Is this anything? Try to get the leverage in a completely different part of the puzzle? I can't really get it up more than that, but maybe I don't need it up more than that. Well, I kind of need it right, but if it's right, it's not bracing against anything. Oh, unless I might need it in the top left. So I can do this, and then... Still don't really like this, huh? I could just move this right one and then up one. If I just had a length of 3, this length 2 worm puzzle would be easy. Oh, achievement locked. Under and over. Use the pits to your advantage when rolling a worm. So yeah, that's pretty true. If the worm is rotating through a pit, it's allowed to be rotated even when we would normally be blocked, but also that was not the solution. But maybe it's part of the solution. Maybe instead of using the stick for bracing, we use it as a platform. Oh, wait, yeah, we do need it for bracing, huh? That area is not wide enough to just stop the wiggly one on. Okay, so... But then I can't get around and actually grab it, no matter what the heights of these two objects are. What did I do before? I think I had the stick up more. Oh, wait. Yeah, what did I grab onto and how? I mean, I could try to undo all the way back to when I got the achievement. I was definitely trying something like this. I mean, that's almost where I wanted it to begin with. Oh, and then I grabbed it from this side. I don't think I considered I could move it multiple times. Oh. Oh wait, I can move it all the way over there. I don't think we need it anymore. Got him. I kind of wonder what the insight looked like. But we can't throw until we've finished absorbing the glyph. Alright. So yeah, that is what we were meant to learn there. I guess it's been half an hour. I don't know I'm necessarily editing anything. Maybe we're just taking a peek here and not actually trying to legitimately solve it. Not a whole lot of options from the start. Seems like you basically have to do that. And then, like, this eventually needs to go down. But if we just do that, there's no way to get over there. Was there anything I could imagine doing from the start differently? Not really. If we're already on the left, we're not pushing in the remaining thing, though. Not making it around the edge there. Right. Not rolling like that. Across. Yeah, I'm certainly finding a number of ways to not solve the puzzle. Yeah, I think I'll just leave that there. We'll take a peek at any more rooms our glyphs have allowed us to access. Looks like a puzzle based on flipping this into this. Might need the flipping through the abyss technique. This one, it looks like the thing at the left is probably not what you assume control of. I was gonna say, it looks like you would just go to the goal and win, but you probably need to flip it over. Oh, and there were only vertical things in this puzzle besides the thing that it looks like it needs flipped over. Oh, so you need to get the short end above that little 1x2 hole so that you can flip it down, because otherwise, when you've grabbed along the middle segment, which is where you need to grab to do a vertical flip, which is what you need. You know, a horizontal flip. No, you need both. You need to get the top left into the bottom right. Okay, but yeah, just briefly looking at puzzles. And of course we have a cockpit. That solved nothing. Okay, what if I don't push the other worm? Oops. I need to be able to move 2 to get the next connection done. I don't think there were enough puzzles, so maybe I needed to push the orange with the blue more or something. So I wonder what that rocket icon in the bottom right is. Soon we might need to like reset all the way back to the first rocket and make different decisions. Alright. Oh, well, there's 3 more puzzles here. There would be enough fuel to just actually get the lineup, but only one puzzle would be skippable. But for now, see ya.